David R. here. Today I'm going to talk to you about this course, Medical School for Everyone, Grand Rounds Cases from the Great Courses. The lecturer is Dr. Roy Benaroch. There are 24 lectures in this course. Each are 30 minutes long. But don't let the time fool you. 30 minutes, it's not quite a lot, right? But when you're watching one of these courses, 30 minutes seems like an hour and a half, to be honest. I would sit and watch 6 or 8 of these a day. So think about it, 2 of them is an hour. So I was watching for a long time because I wanted to get them done. And also I just wanted to absorb myself in the medical terminology and in the cases that they are going through on here. I find it fascinating. And I also think it's a wise thing to know how doctors treat and diagnose disease. Like on this course, you'll follow along as a lecturer goes through a review of symptoms, a review of systems, ask the patient what their chief complaint is. Usually it's something like, I never feel good. That's the patient's chief complaint. So if you were a doctor, what would you do with that information? Well, you kind of have to ask questions. You have to get some feedback. You have to write down a list of symptoms and do some tests and then seek out a treatment. Some of the treatments are simple, like avoiding wheat. Like this one that I just read to you, I never feel good, is related to celiac disease. The way to treat that is just to avoid gluten and wheat and things like that. It's pretty simple. But some are a bit more complex, like heart attack. There's a variety of ways heart disease can be treated. But you don't just avoid wheat. And speaking of which, there's a lot of conditions that are mentioned in this series. I could go through them all, but there are quite a few. The big ones usually are mentioned, like HIV, AIDS, influenza, the flu. There's also a list of different related conditions like ulcers, constipation, UTI, urinary tract infection. There's neuropathy for diabetics. You will also learn about tests, different tests. One is called Snellen exam, and another is the lumbar puncture. Then there's one during a trauma situation. It's called primary survey, and you would follow the A, B, C, D, E, and A is airway, it's the airway open. B, breathing, is the person breathing. C, circulation, does the person have a pulse? D, disability. D has its own subsection, AVPU, and that stands for alert, voice, pain, unresponsive. E in the primary survey list is exposure and environment. And also, as with all things medical, you'll learn different acronyms, and you'll also learn different names for certain diseases. I suggest also watching this video, Making the Rounds. It's not related to the great courses, but it's supplementary. You could watch it. Anyway, that's all I got. Talk to you later. Bye.